Hello, welcome to Confessions of a Frustrated Game Master. I am Robert, the narrator, and thank you for joining me for another supplemental episode of Confessions. Well, this episode of Confessions will be part two in my series of discussing the design of my fantasy role-playing game, Peace, the RPG. And this episode I'm calling Weaponized Charisma. So here is a very specific reason to create a tabletop RPG. You think that face characters don't get enough spotlight time. Let me explain. I like playing face characters sometimes. My most recent face character was created when one of my friends ran a cipher system game that was set in a cyberpunk setting. Armando Phoenix was a handsome Latino fixer who loved to emphasize his point by pointing out what his wise papa used to say. Something that I noticed about a lot of RPGs is there was little support for face characters. Depending on the RPG you were playing, combat could take 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours of more, during which time, of course, the fighters really shine. Face characters get asked to make one persuasion check, and the spotlight usually ends there. I've always thought that this was unfair. I've always lamented that few RPGs allowed conflicts to be mechanically affected by something other than face punching. I made this a design focus of Peace the RPG. I wanted the player characters to have options to deal with evil other than punching and blasting. I was so committed to the idea that I decided to allow player character's influence to even be useful when the punching and blasting started. This made sense to me for two reasons. One, when the fighter got sick of all the jibber jabber and decided to give the king some of that sweet chin music, the face could still taunt and frighten all the king's men and all the king's horses. And two, a face character would still be a viable choice, even in campaigns that did not focus heavily on interaction. I think my biggest breakthrough happened when I came up with a talent called Read Intentions. The talent increased the user's defense after he did an influence attack. That way, the face would feel comfortable charismaing the hell out of somebody who was shooting at him. Peace has a system that allows a character's use of his charisma to be as detailed and tactical as a fighter's warfare abilities. Now, the face gets equal time to shine. Like my papa would say, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. My papa was so wise. So that is the discussion of weaponized charisma. Please let me know what you think in the bottom of the comments. And I'm going to try to put a little bit of a link to a hero sheet for a noble human character in my game and show you what a character who uses their influence to influence things in a game would look like. So thanks for checking out this episode, and be safe out there. Thanks.